Do you need help with it?
I mean, yeah. Inspiration. Anyone else can use it for what they want then. Yeah.
I thought Gotcha was disabled.
Yeah, I thought Gotcha was disabled, as you said.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And I just realized I was muted on stream. Hello, everyone. Basically, Kome donated 69 again. Tell me happy birthday, even though that was last month.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a belated gift.
Happy afterbirth.
I stopped one of them from spending on me just to make the other one want to spend more. Ay.
I mean, we did talk about pushing red buttons, so...
Yeah, that's fair. And I'm going to be pushing the red button that goes and sends that money directly to Phantom soon. Let me tell y'all, Blank gonna be getting some art.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I gave you guys the points.
Thank you.
Oh, you gave everyone the points? Good.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, we'll consider that like everyone getting their everyone getting 2 gotcha. Right now gotcha is still disabled. Cause I'm still kind of catching up with fixing up everyone's stuff. Most of the stuff that they had gotten has been doled out. I'll go ahead and start just by showing it a little bit. So this is the stuff that Olive has kind of redeemed. The altar types have already been doled out. Marigold is going to have the altar type of fighting. Everest is getting the altar type of bug fighting. And Bumble is getting the altar type of Steel Dragon. Now, the difference between this and Abnormal is that this is like Oricorio, who has 2 different sets of typings. These are typings that the Pokemon can be able to, like, switch between effectively. And I'll probably add that as, like, a thing that people can be able to receive, maybe on Gacha in the future, I'm not sure. But, her Magikarp that she had gotten a while back is now a Water Dragon.
I'm not evolving them.
Hey, you also got a Water Dragon Magikarp.
Well, I'm gonna say this. Even if you wanted to evolve them, if they have an abnormality, typically you can't evolve them. So...
Well, there you go. I forced it.
Perfect.
It's perfect just the way it is.
She is using
Evolution
her
on
held
command.
item to effectively get a Mega Stone holder, but it's gonna take some time to make that.
Ooh.
So she's basically advancing something that was supposed to be doled out to you guys at a much later point. Robin.
I want Big Bug.
Yeah, she does. Robin
Huge bug.
now has Spheal has gained an abnormality. Spheal has gained their own typing, Magic. Because Kome made the joke of he wanted them to be able to use Magic, and so they have their own typing now.
Nice.
What does Magic do, you might ask? Basically, almost nothing. The the large change is that they resist normal and flying, because Magic isn't normal, and birds are just tools for magicians, and they are weaker to dark, because the harsh reality that magic is not real is something they never want to hear. He has redeemed Hyper Beam for the TM. He has redeemed Silk Scarf for the held item. Both will be going to Hattie, though they don't have them yet. I still need to change it all up. I believe rank up hasn't been decided yet. I think you gave your Shadow rank up, which I have to go to show that. What's up?
Wasn't that to... Was that maybe to upgrade Milia or Jade? One or the other.
You know, I think you did give it to Milia. I think you gave this one to Milia. So you are right.
Write it down.
Yeah, all good. Max Affinity has not been chosen. Evolution has not been chosen. The held Pokemon are up to a total of 9. Kome will be having a Deerling in his team now that he had traded before for a Pokemon from someone else. That's already been made. The sheet isn't in the room just yet because unless they're needed, I'm going to just kind of hold off on that for right now because there's a lot of information to go over. But going on over, we actually haven't been able to do much for Shizu's. So Shizu's is going to take a little bit of time to still figure out who's getting what. Or, well, not who's getting what she's getting. Because there's a lot of shit. She has 2 held items.
Yeah, I've also been busy with New Year's prep.
Yeah. Wait, New Year's? Oh,
Yep,
Chinese New Year's.
It's next week.
Right, that. I forgot. So, there's gonna be a bunch of stuff there. So, like, a lot of the stuff that Shizu has, I just haven't been able to go over with Cyan since Cyan's been busy. So, yeah. But we go over to Bryce. Bryce has given the +1 ×2 to Quill for both of them. Has already used a max affinity to give to Blank. Has not determined their held item or their TM. Abnormal has been given to Ricardo. Ricardo is now fighting grass. And they have the max of 8 Pokemon, but they've already added Doyle into their team. So Doyle is now effectively back in the team. It's just that it hasn't been transferred over just yet.
Oh, Doyle!
Yep, it's been a
I miss
year.
Doyle. Can you tell I miss Doyle?
Oh, I think all of us have missed that little tsundere.
Yeah.
On Doyle's
kind of
sheet,
angry.
where I like to give little things like for Terry here, it's like she likes to be held. I literally put it on there that a certain someone ships Doyle with their Pokemon.
I don't know who we were talking about.
Man,
That's
I wouldn't
so
know.
strange.
I wouldn't
That's
know.
so
I think
weird.
that's
That's
false.
crazy, Zero.
I think there's a lot more than a certain someone.
You know what? That's fair. But I know that there's a certain someone who buzzes in my ear about it a lot.
No, that's crazy.
No, it's Bumble.
Yeah, you're right.
Bumble's already in my head. But without further ado, recap of last session for people who weren't here for it. Last time, everyone woke up from their little slumber from the mystery dungeon. They found that it was a dream. They gained a bunch of things from there that is kind of really unexplained. It's just it happened. One of them, though, that was explained was that they are able to understand Pokemon of the type masteries that they had gained while in the mystery dungeon. So if you want to be able to know more about that, you should check out the special. It's highlighted currently, and it'll be transported over to the YouTube soon. But reconvening with the rest of their party, so to speak, they brought everyone up to speed of what happened and kind of flittered about to do their own things. Shizu had gone over to see Granny Kung Fu. Found out that she could still use metronome in this world and kind of made it a little explosion. Bryce had been walking around with others outside, and seeing it, ran towards the tower to try and see what had happened. Meanwhile, Olive and Robin were mid-combat when this was going down, and so they were a little bit late to figuring out what had happened. But by the time everyone had kind of, like, gotten to the area, with, like, Robin and Olive being around here and Bryce being in the tower, Shizu waking up from metronome where she had made an explosion, realizing she could do it, showed what she had just done, and did it again. Only this time, I was a meaner god, and realized that there were people in the room that didn't have good footing on high up places. So 2 people may have fallen off of a tower. Luckily, they were saved. Literally, luckily. With very minimal injuries on them. But this event started a domino effect of Bryce's trauma with metronome that, I won't lie, I completely had forgotten, and every other player had thought that I gave this to Shizu specifically to bring that trauma up front and personal. That had happened. Shizu realized she almost killed 2 of her closest friends, and so that put a trauma in her and really broke her a little bit. And then when the dust was settled, Olive finally came to terms with what just happened and realized that a lot of shit just went down and didn't know how to process it, so now she has trauma. Bryce passed out, is currently in the Pokemon Center. He is sleeping from the encounter. Shizu took Quill and Star to her secret base. Not dealing well with the situation, obviously, and the other 2 kind of still processing what just happened, trying to be there for the friend that threw them off a tower. Olive went to a secret base that she had made. We'll say that her Pokemon had been making it. Marigold had been making it. And so she has a little base that she has squared away in the city that no one really knows about. So she's there with her mom. And processing what the heck happened. And surprisingly, Mr. Chaos himself, Mr. Center of Depression, did not fall to any kind of depressive episode, and is the only one stable after everything. So good on you, Kome. Your character has some character growth. You didn't have depression hit you.
Yay.
And now
Like
you're
everyone
dealing...
else, I'm sad.
Yeah, it happened to everyone else, as you know that 2 of your friends are missing. You have an idea of where Shizu's secret base is, but you don't know where Olive had gone to. You do know that Bryce was brought back to the Pokemon Center resting in their room. You sent Hattie to help out Bryce, because Bryce was the one you were the most... Well, not the most worried about, but the one that you at least had some idea of their trauma, and were the one most affected to the point that they fell unconscious. So sent Hattie to deal with that first, and went to go and call up Alma to get some information on potentially what's going on and get more details on the events, in which she brought out a Togepi that revealed itself as a sibling of the Togepi that Bryce had the problems with. And we ended off with kind of Bryce learning through the vision, and yourself, you had seen a little bit of this, of Bryce as a kid kind of hitting something, metronome going off, an explosion above Bryce, and hearing buzzing noises as Togepi in front of him started to glow. Okay, so as we're getting into the depression episode, I would like to ask who wants to lead us off?
Who wants to kick off depression?
Yeah.
My goodness.
Yeah, sure, I can do it.
You're gonna do it? Okay.
Yeah, unless someone else wants to.
And we did end like kind of to your thing as a cliffhanger, so
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay.
Also, I'm not sure how much agency I'll have in mine anyway. So, might as well get someone with some kind of agency. instead
is
of
very fair.
volunteering for me to go.
That's very fair. So, Robin, in the meantime of you, let me just go grab Alma, just so you have someone that you're talking to.
I could grab her from the package.
I'm just gonna grab her from the thing, so that way we don't have to keep on having multiple tokens out. It's all good.
Okay.
Where do I have you? Over here. Wow.
I
We're
just
gonna-
realized her daughter got blown up.
Yeah, she doesn't know about that part.
Yeah, not gonna mention that part.
So you have explained a little bit of how you're able to talk to the Togepi. You don't you can pretty much decide on how much you've explained, but I would say that you probably haven't told too much, just gone into the basics of I can kind of understand them. I don't fully know every type, but blah blah blah. She would have been mid bringing out a Pokeball, seeing your face, kind of just like, we can do that later. And she will just have Togepi like able to look at you through the screen, kind of just holding them up for you. And Togepi had said, I believe it was, it's been a week, and I didn't write everything down like I probably should have. A lot had gotten revealed.
Yep.
Is he still mad at Sissy?
That is what I'm trying to figure out. I went rooting around in his memories, and I think I found what happened.
Gets a little shocked Pikachu face. You were playing with his mind? That's not nice. Did he say you could?
He had an incident and was in shock, and I thought it could help him.
You didn't get consent?
Well, I would put it like that. It sounds very horrible.
There's a lot of things that psychics can do that is horrible.
That is true.
I've been around the block. I may look small and adorable, but I'm several years old.
That is fair. Something powerful in a small package. I get that.
Just gives like a little happy smile that you understand their power.
So, how much do you know?
That the Togepi that was with Bryce, you called it Sissy.
Mm-hmm. That's me sister.
Mm-hmm. They used metronome back in the forest to save Bryce. But
Yes.
he thought back then it was to harm him.
So that's why he
And-
always...
Yeah.
You were going to say something?
I believe you said Sissy is no longer with us, right?
Hmm.
What happened back in the forest was then.
Sissy... I don't really know everything that happened. But... from what we know, or from what I know, something had threatened Bryce. And... well... we were always told to look after Bryce. So I think Sissy wanted to defend him. Wanted to protect him. We wouldn't hurt little Bryce. He is our friend. But
She kind of just looks down. They kind of just look down a little bit.
we can't really communicate that to them. Bryce got very sad around us. Or, well, around me. After that. I don't know really what happened to Sissy. After everything had happened. They were just gone one day. Well, not one day, but after that they were gone. I'm sorry that I can't help too much with it, but Sissy wouldn't have done anything to hurt Bryce.
I could tell.
That's why it's a little bit difficult. I know that Bryce doesn't really like having us around, but we like Bryce. They're fun, just like every one of our trainers' children.
Robin just nods.
Will they be okay?
Thank you for this. They will. I'm gonna go speak with them now.
Please make sure to tell us if anything happened.
Of course.
As you're getting up to end the call, Alma will actually just put up a hand.
If you'd actually wait a moment.
Yeah?
Now's a good chance to be able to talk about something.
As she will return Togepi. Actually, she'll just set Togepi down. Togepi will... You hear a little bit of, like, sad chirps from Togepi, but it seems like some Pokemon in the background moves around, and it seems like a few are gathering around Togepi. You can't really see too much from your position, but you saw some shapes moving over towards it. I wanted to let you know, well, let your entire group know, that I'll be sending someone over to assist you. It's... seeing how much things can be, chaotic around all of you. I wanted to be able to give you all a level of... or an extra level of protection, as it were. They should be arriving within a day or two. So I would ask that you and your friends stay in Violet City for the next day or two, if you could.
Okay, I'll bring it up to them.
Thank you very much, and... Robin, can you please be frank with me? What
No problem,
happened?
but yeah.
What happened?
So you know about Sprout Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Metronome went off there. Bryce was in the vicinity of that, and it had a, let's say, bad reaction to it.
I see. I never really heard too much of the incident, but we do know that after whatever happened with either Togepi, Bryce hasn't been the same around Egg Pokemon or Metronome. I had thought that maybe it had gotten better over the years. Seemed like it had. But I guess it's not. She kind of just shakes her head a little bit. If you all need anything, just please make sure to let me know.
Of course.
Take care then, Robin.
You as well, Alma.
And she will end the call. Congrats! You have not let her know that her daughter could have been injured.
Yes.
That might be
Congrats,
a good thing.
you're a liar.
Yeah, congrats. You're a liar.
Congrats, you own a rat.
Yeah, you have not become a rat. That's good for you. For now.
Somehow.
Now, I would like to ask you, where are you going next?
sure is gonna go to Bryce
Okay.
as next step.
As you're going to be heading over to Bryce, the others that have been waiting kind of will follow along if you let them.
Yeah, of course.
As you're going to be heading on up there, Bryce, I need you
Yes?
to roll me some things real quick.
Oh.
So, I would like you to, first of all, roll me... Since Hattie is here, it will... Put that dice down. Put that dice down until I say what you're rolling. You might want to put inspiration in this shit. I'm gonna say for the first roll, because Hattie is helping right now, you will be rolling willpower first, empathy second, and facts third. All of these would be with disadvantage because Hattie's helping. 2 of them can be rolled straight. Whichever one is still rolled with disadvantage, you cannot put inspiration into.
It makes the most sense for facts to be that one.
So facts is going to be the one without inspiration. You're
Yep.
going to make that be the... Okay. Sure. Would you like to put inspiration in willpower?
Nope.
Okay. And thank you, Venzel, for giving us plus 1k to everyone.
Thanks for money.
Preach.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. That's a 12. So now roll
Do I
me...
roll again?
No, you did. No, it canceled out the canceled out the disadvantage because you're using that one for the Hattie.
Oh,
But
right.
since you
Okay.
didn't go with whatchamacallit, with getting inspiration, now roll me empathy. This is rolled straight, or you can make this be the disadvantage if you want. But since you didn't
Don't
say it
need it.
beforehand, you didn't. Okay. Well,
No, I already said which one I chose.
okay. I'm just giving you the last chance. I was giving you the last chance, but now roll me facts with disadvantage. Don't
Watch
you
me
wish that
double
you?
it.
Don't you wish that you had rolled that with normal? Yeah, there you go.
Aw.
There you
Oh,
go.
well.
In case people missed that, he got a nat 20 for facts if he hadn't rolled the disadvantage.
Gotta love choices.
It just
Yep.
means that if my brain wasn't the way it is, I would have aced that.
So, since you failed the willpower roll, you're not able to really control how your dream goes. And so when you see the fade to black of the metronome, and you see your Pokemon, not the Pokemon, you see the Togepi glowing, you open your eyes. Dream Bryce thinks they've woken up. Everything around you is on fire. Pokemon bodies are all around you. You can't even make out the shapes, and you realize you're on fire. Because of empathy, though, with Hattie's presence, Dream Bryce is able to not feel any pain from this, and as a result, you're not thrashing about feeling like your body is on fire right now. Because right now you're having a night terror, because of the willpower being failed. As a result of facts, you learn nothing.
Amazing.
So
Absolutely amazing.
now I need you to roll me with disadvantage because of how everything is going to shit with this. I need you to roll me a logic with disadvantage.
All right.
Okay, 11.
All right. That's a 14. Let's see how low it gets.
Okay,
14.
so a 14. As you're thrashing about,
I thought I wasn't thrashing.
well, as you're not thrashing about, sorry, as you're thrashing about in the dream world, because you're on fire, you realize you're not hurting, you're fine. You get up, you take a look around, everything's on fire around you, trees are on fire, bodies along the ground, some of them Pokemon, some of them human. You look at your hand, see that it's still on fire, take a second. I'm not on fire. I'm not on fire. You look at your hand again, you're not on fire.
I'm not on fire. It's just my aura protecting me.
You don't know you have that.
Oh, no, fair.
You're kind of shaking a little bit. I will say that around this point is when, Robin, you come in. You see that Hattie is literally like, there's a glow around Bryce. Mio has held down on Bryce's shoulders. You can see that there was some thrashing. It's just not been too violent. As something seems to have been happening.
Well, damn. Why am I seeing all this?
Yeah. You came in here, you said, well, damn.
Yeah, okay.
And it's like there was a reason Bryce was sent to live with other family.
You be quiet. You're in Dream World. You be quiet, non-red man today.
Just looks to Hattie and Mew. What happened?
Mio just, without looking away from Bryce, something changed. He suddenly started moving about. Your Pokemon seemed to have caught what was going on sooner than I did. Was able to looks over at Hattie. Hattie's full concentration. Isn't even really noticing you, Robin. Seems to stabilize Bryce at the moment. I don't really know what's going on, but I've tried to wake him up, and he just won't.
That's certainly a problem. Well, fuck.
As you enter in, I'm just gonna say, poking around, just looking, but like from behind you a little bit, just like, oh, this is weird.
Yes. Okay. Wonder if there's a way I can help.
Kind of just... Jay looks inside for a second, sees what's going on, just looks over at Kieran, closes the door. The both of them kind of just stay outside of it, just in case something happens.
That's fair. Well then.
Let's say... Let me just go ahead and...
Dream Eater.
Are you sure Jay is the younger brother? That was quite mature to do.
Listen, younger people can be mature. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's fighting his demons. Maybe he needs some reinforcements.
That can work. But I guess diving into his mind is one option for that.
Could be a little dangerous if you tried it alone. She gives you a little, like, smirk.
Okay. That's fair. However, whatever you see in there, don't tell to anyone.
Oh, I wasn't gonna go in.
Ah, okay.
I'm saying, though, that you might not be able, like, from what I've been able to tell, you're more of a kind of, like, motions around the room. A more outside of the mind kind of psychic. Mine is kind of more inside of the mind kind of psychic. So I could try and see if I can be able to help you kind of reach in there. I would just kind of have to be the tether, so to speak.
That can work.
Okay. She extends her hand, little smile on her face. We're gonna need to hold hands for this. Don't worry, I won't tell Olive.
Okay.
You must hold hands.
You don't need to make this weird.
Oh no.
I thought everyone teases you.
On this Christian stream.
You're right. Holding hands on this Christian stream is such a problem.
How
Here,
dare we?
1 second. How dare
Go
we
for it.
do
The handholding
that?
is censored.
Let me go ahead and just let's cleanse our palate real quick. I forgot to add this in a while ago, so let's cleanse our minds, everyone. Where is it?
Mind is being cleansed.
Yup.
I'm
Cleanseth
cleansing my mind.
our mind. Let's just cleanse our mind with something that's a little bit
We're
less of a...
cleansing, yes. No hand holding here.
Yeah, totally. It's definitely better.
Look, there's no hand holding. What are you talking about?
You're right.
I mean, there's head
There's
pads.
hand holding and chest holding, but no hand holding here.
It's close to hand holding because it's self hand holding.
Your head holding.
There's almost self hand holding right there. Olive's teasing
Almost,
it.
but we're not there.
Almost.
Yep, Olive's just teasing it.
Let me just point out, this is how old this is, because back then this was your more recent outfits.
This was the new outfit.
This was the new outfit back
Yeah.
then.
I still love the goth.
Oh
My
yeah.
favorite.
Oh yeah.
My absolute favorite.
Honestly, both of these outfits are some of my favorite outfits for both of you.
Yeah. I get that.
And so I'm gonna need a roll from Robin, and I'm gonna roll for Marl.
What am I rolling?
I just need a straight D20.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm adding some inspiration to this.
Yeah, please do.
3. 3 inspo.
Okay. Nat one's 4 times.
Do it.
It can happen. Oh, 17.
17, not bad.
15.
I thought it was 16.
Oh, there's 16.
2 16s, so 17 so
Oh,
far.
was it
Yeah,
16?
16.
Ah, I couldn't see it. It might be. I'm blind.
That's fine.
Final roll. Oh, not one.
you
There's
go.
the one.
So you
What do you-
take the nat one.
Which
right?
one do you want?
No,
Clearly the nat one, because that means you'll be number 1, right? That's how that works.
This is clearly a THACO roll.
Yeah, we're going by golf rules. That's it.
You going with the 17, I'm assuming?
Yeah, 17.
Okay. So you will sit down on the bed on the opposite side a little bit. Mara will kind of be in between the two of you. She's just kind of sitting on the sitting on the ground a little bit. She has your hand in hers. She's holding on to Bryce's hand, and she kind of is just sitting there for a few seconds. And as her eyes are closed, you're kind of just like, okay, so when is this going to take effect? You are in Bryce's mind. For
Oh,
you,
boy.
because of how high you rolled, fire is nowhere to be seen. You see the events from a little bit of an outside perspective. You see... I guess the best thing I can do right here, actually, is how much you see is going to be based on an instinct roll.
Oh,
And
instinct rolls.
as you're
Oh,
doing an
boy.
instinct roll, Bryce, I need you to do me a, let's go ahead and willpower roll with disadvantage.
All right.
So let's do the willpower first.
Inspiration.
Oh, that disadvantage. Okay.
Okay.
I love how disadvantage has screwed you out of a 20 twice so far.
Look, it's fine. I get over 20 with this one.
Yeah. And then we go over with Robin.
I'll have 2 inspiration to this.
Gotcha.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a 23, I believe, right? Or
Mhm.
21.
I believe it's a 21 for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, good thing you put
Another
that
nat one.
There's
inspiration.
the other nat one.
Yeah, I was gonna get those eventually.
Now the third nat one has to appear somewhere.
Right now.
Good.
Uh-oh.
6.
Now one more.
Final roll. Hopefully it's over 10.
Hey, you got your wish.
It was over 10. Yeah, that's 14 then.
Okay. So, Bryce, you see in your mind's eye, it's hard for you to right now. You're not in a lucid dream state yet. You see someone on the edge of your peripheral. You see Robin, but not how he is right now. You see Robin back as if Robin was also much, much younger. You see him as if the dream that you had with that Cresselia had given you all, you see as if he looks like back for that dream. Younger, as if he was a close friend, kind of just makes it just kind of makes itself solidified in your mind. That
That's so creepy. Like, child in the periphery that you can't ever look at.
what do you mean what do you mean? Can't look at? What
Well,
are you talking
in
about?
the corner of my eye, but not actually there.
Well,
That-
they're
that's
there.
what I
They're-
thought.
No,
Oh, it's a
you
horror
can see
thing.
them. That's a horror thing. I'm not doing horror right now. Maybe in the future. Well, actually, this could become horror. We don't know. It really depends on you.
Yeah, I
Uh,
was about to say, are you sure? Everything's on fire. I'm on fire.
Listen, that's dreams. I once had a dream where I was like where a tsunami hit, and I just swam up to my house, and a little cat was there, and I started playing with it. Dreams are fucked up all the time. But as you see them, they're not on fire. There's no fire near them. Nothing's on fire. And almost like a train, everything shifts. Robin, you see effectively a bunch of rewind happening. You see
Oh boy.
Bryce playing with the Togepi, throwing the Togepi. Togepi hits like a tree. They're both laughing a little bit. You hear the buzz, buzz, buzz. You see, descending from the trees, a bunch of Beedrill. And they're going straight for Bryce. You see Togepi make motion with hands. Metronome goes off, and Fire Blast covers above Bryce. Bryce, you get hit by this. Not by the move, but an explosion above you that you can't see. I need you to roll me. Let's go ahead and have you roll me reflex.
That makes sense in this context.
Oh, there's no making sense of all these rolls, I'm going to be real. He's in Dream World. He's in Nightmare Dream World. Roll me your reflex, buddy boy.
Yep, you're just cutting out a bit.
Ah,
You seem fine now.
I am seeing that stuff is being a little itty bit. Oh god, yeah, my internet's tanking a little bit. Ooh, that's not good.
That was a huge spike.
Right now, we're getting hit with a huge spike.
Mm-hmm.
Like, my internet's
Still
tanking.
be up.
Well, my stream might almost be dead soon.
That's fair.
It's not just fair, I'm saying straight up, I can see my upload speed, buddy. It's not doing well, is what I'm saying. I'm waiting for it to, like, settle down a little bit. So, sorry, just give a second. Okay, I think it's settled down. Think we're good? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay,
You
cool,
sound
cool.
clear.
Okay. Also, everyone gets plus 1k for their money again. Zeal gave a redeem for y'all.
Thank you.
There you go.
Honestly, this feels more serious and more like a full-blown repressed memory. Yeah, because it is. So I was saying that since this is a dream, not everything is going to make sense with the rolls. But Bryce, please go ahead and give me a reflex roll.
Oh boy.
Okay, not bad. You're able to dive out of the way, and you get to see a little bit more of this. Kind of like realizing you hadn't been hit by this. You thought you had. You feel like a fracture happens with this dream, with this memory that you're revisiting as you're sleeping. As shifts a little bit again. You dove out of the way. You saw the telltale signs of the metronome. You've played with this Togepi enough to know that if they're doing that, just get away from it a little bit. You see the Beedrill above you. You see that it took out a few, but not all, and you're seeing with a little bit of horror just how many there are. You're realizing that this trip into Viridian Forest, you don't know the way out. You go too far in. You don't know where your family is. You don't know where anyone is. Dream is starting to freak out a little bit. Robin, you see them starting to hyperventilate. What are you going to do?
Robin will approach this panicking Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
Just grab a hold of them. You're fine. They didn't aim for you. You're okay.
Empathy roll, please. You are trying to beat... Let me just do a quick look. You're trying to beat a 16.
Ah, so empathy on 16.
Basically, I'm using his willpower as a DC for this.
Oh, okay. Battle of Wheels.
Wouldn't it be 17 then?
No, I'm going to keep it as 16 for
Okay.
this.
Okay.
17 is through abilities. This is, you are currently all kinds of messed up right now.
Okay. Fair.
Yeah.
It's mental self-destruct.
Yeah. Normally, I would consider it as 17, but right now, you don't need it.
Oh, damn.
Good job sacrificing all those. Okay.
Thank you, dice.
Yep. Good sacrifice, good sacrifice.
To
Bryce,
RNGesus.
you feel the hand on your shoulder calming down a little bit. I would like you to roll me your logic. This time with advantage.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see if it gets better. Okay. Okay.
There we go.
That would have been hilarious if it was just 2 5s or something.
That's a 19.
With that 19, Robin, this isn't the Robin that you know. But you don't know Robin. You don't know Robin when he looked like this. As you look at him, he's no longer a he's no longer the kid. He's your friend. I would like to know though, which version of Robin are you looking at right now?
This one.
That one right here? Just the base one? Okay.
For the longest time, he didn't wear anything else.
He only had one outfit.
Oh, okay. I mean,
That's kind of depressing.
That's what Pokemon's like. What are you talking about?
No, he's not wrong.
hey,
It's just funny.
Ash only has one outfit each season.
Yep. You guys are already better than Ash at that point. But you realize this is Robin. This is your friend. And 1 second. Need to just good. Okay. Just 1 second. In this moment, your form changes as well. You're no longer the small that you were. Robin, it's been a very long while since you've seen Bryce as they were. But you see Bryce change before your eyes from a small to the swole version. Bryce, you don't remember everything. But right now, you're as if instead of it being when you were a kid, this event is happening for you as if you had just gone on your journey. The young adult that you are. And as you have a little bit more awareness in your surroundings, you look around a little bit. You both see Togepi begin to glow. And quickly turn to Togetic. Going up and fighting the Beedrill. The two of you sitting there and watching. Bryce, in this moment where you're remembering everything, you're remembering that you were scared. Just really scared. And when you were younger, you just couldn't help but blame something. You wanted to blame something. These Beedrill should have been the thing you were blaming, but the fire was caused not by the Beedrill, but by the Pokemon trying to protect you. That stuff could have hit you. You're realizing just why you've been afraid of eggs, of Metronome all this time. How is Bryce feeling right now on realizing just where your fear originates from?
Just a lot of like just I don't know
You just don't have the words for it, right? Yeah, what do you
this person
Yes.
this person is at
Yes.
fault.
Oh, you're feeling yourself is at fault.
Yeah.
Okay.
After all, I blamed someone I saw as a friend for all that terrible stuff. That's so terrible of me to do.
Robin, you feel the connection with Bryce right now. You feel what he's feeling. You feel the guilt, the self-incrimination on themselves that this is their fault. But you're more logical. This isn't his fault. It's not Togepi's fault. It's not even the Beedrill's fault. It was just a kid roughhousing, and Pokemon took their anger out on this kid. It wasn't exactly something he should just be blamed for. But as you're sitting there, you're realizing, wait, Togepi is gone. They said Togepi was gone. They never said anything about a Togetic. I would like you to roll.
Oh, you cut out there.
Ah, darn it.
Well,
Uh-oh.
uh-oh. I saw the hand disappear.
1 second. My connection is shitting the bed. My Streamlabs is fighting for dear life right now. Don't you separate this shit into parts. I don't want to edit this video.
Oh god.
Why is it that I have to have some depression as well? I don't want that. That's not fair. I didn't ask for this.
It's a gift that keeps on giving.
I don't want this gift. Can I return to sender?
You get what you give.
I didn't mean to give. You guys gave. I was giving you a fun little gift. Okay, go ahead and roll me a... Roll me an instinct.
Okay, I'm just gonna do that roll.
Yep, that's fair.
Yeah. You know, I could fail this. I'm very likely to fail this. Never mind, I guess.
You didn't fail it.
Yeah, that is a 15.
You see... Because you see this, Bryce, you feel something making you look Togetic. Togetic's fighting. Togetic's winning. But Togetic's going further away. You You reach out, but you feel exhaustion. This is too much. You're starting to pass out. But in the corner of your mind, as Robin, you're feeling yourself being shunted out of Bryce's mind. Bryce, you're realizing Togetic was fighting. You don't remember seeing a Togetic ever. So where's Togetic? Robin, you're realizing, as you see it go further and further away, it's gone. They think it's dead. Or that it
If
ran
anything, it
away.
exiled itself.
What's up?
If anything, it probably exiled itself. Or something.
You see that it's going away, and as the dream starts to fade away, as you're seeing yourself getting shunted away, you see an older looking woman rush up with a little Togepi, look around, call out a name. You can't hear it, but realizing there's nothing, you don't hear any battle, at least where you are right now. Picking up Bryce, one last look around, and seeming to run away. And that's all you see. As you're back in the bedroom, Bryce, you're waking up.
So, what kind of reaction do I have? Like, is it like a
You tell me.
typical like wake up like, oh
You
man,
tell me.
terrible dream, or like
You tell me.
is it like
Ronan, you tell me. You wake up.
come back?
You reach out, and it takes a second. A second goes by. 2 seconds. As you look at your hand. You're not a girl anymore. More depression.
Your words cut out there.
Damn it.
Yeah.
What kind of what did it cut out?
I heard Shin.
Shin.
Oh, I said more depression.
Okay, more depression.
yeah.
Because
Oh, okay.
okay, so did you not hear me as I said like you were looking up? You see that your hand isn't
No, that was
okay.
yeah. It
Yeah,
was just
I was waiting
your
for the other.
commentary.
Yeah, I was
Gotcha.
waiting for the other shoe to drop.
Gotcha.
Sounded like you were gonna say something more.
Oh yeah, more depression as you're kind of just sitting there. I'll say this. Bryce the character knows what this means. Or Bryce the player knows what this means. Bryce the character has no full understanding yet. But while the card is not here yet, oh right, it was the wish that I had already figured out for all of you. It was something else that I need to figure out for you guys. But the wishes have changed for everyone. I haven't put them fully into the sheets yet. But Bryce is now able to change between being M Bryce and F Bryce, or male Bryce and female Bryce at will.
Welcome to Club Luca! Woo!
Yep.
Yeah.
Now we have our own
That's
love
amazing,
mode.
Mom,
So confused. Marl must be so confused.
She's just looking at you a little bit like, huh? The thing is, she looks at you for a second. Slow turn looks at Robin. How even does that work?
You pulled the gender out of him.
She just motions to Bryce. How did you do that? You need to
That
teach
was not mine
me.
doing.
What do you mean that wasn't your doing? You went in and then he changed. Or they changed. I don't even know anymore. You need to teach me how you did that.
Yeah, I'm saying that wasn't my doing. That was theirs.
She squints at you. A likely story. I'll get that secret from you.
Yeah. Yeah, Robin's just gonna stand up from the bed then. Hey, Bryce,
She
welcome
will,
back.
yeah, she'll get up, kind of just walk away a little bit.
Like tears still kind of like burning along the side of his cheeks, like just kind of
Yeah.
like has hand over her face, like just kind of like resting it, like what happened?
You, I guess, had a nightmare. That's the best word for it, I think.
Yeah, I guess you could call it that.
Yeah, so, that was kind of fucked up, wasn't it?
Just doesn't say anything, just slowly nods. Quite clearly still reeling from everything. Doing best to compose self, essentially. But you can tell, like there's a little tremble in, like, their jawline. Like, you've known him long enough. Like, it's almost like he wants to cry, but is, like, trying not to.
Robin just takes a deep exhale. Okay. Bryce?
Yeah.
I think there's someone you need to speak to now. Or whenever you're ready.
How do I feel at the thought of speaking to them?
To who?
Togepi.
Yep, that's what I meant.
Just because you know it doesn't mean that the fear isn't gone. It's up to you on how to interpret it, but just because you've understood your trauma doesn't mean it's just going to be magically gone. You just know the origin of it. It's up to you on how you want to look at that as and develop as. I can't really control that.
Mm-hmm.
I think once Bryce sort of gets over this, I know exactly what the other fear would be. Like, but that's for later.
We can determine that later, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, just jaw sort of clenches at the thought and, like, just not now.
Mara will speak up from behind, kind of like just having moved away a little bit. Maybe one step at a time. If
think of us, it's easy outside of it to say, you know, like, hey, we know about this now. We can go talk about this problem, but if it's something that majorly affected us, like, she kind of just looks over at you, Robin, like, mm-mm.
Of course. Take it at your own pace.
Bryce will nod. Hand still over face, like just. Oh.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, how does it feel to not be a girl anymore?
Kind of looks over, blinks confusedly for a moment, and then like just kind of like realizes
You are also
oh yeah
fully wearing this outfit right now.
oh yeah spoiler alert, next outfit I would have gotten was going to be this one, so
It's a pretty gender neutral outfit.
Yeah.
yeah
Luckily.
like I actually had like a picture in mind. This outfit I was actually thinking of getting for this price.
Interesting.
I wasn't in the process of making it at the time when it happened, but I saw an art and it was like, yeah, tight sweater.
Gotcha. Well, you
Oh,
take a second. You actually feel there's something there that you could tug at if you really wanted to. It's like it's inside of you. Do you want to tug at it?
yeah.
I have so many jokes.
I know you do. Keep your mind out of the gutter. That's why I said inside of him. Naughty boy.
Okay.
As you shift and kind of just look at yourself, everyone kind of just looking at it like, huh? You're now a girl again. You shift again.
Yep.
You shift again, and you, like, tug at that little, like, whatever it is inside of you. You can now change at will. This could be questions for later if you really wanted it to. But it's a way of you addressing at this right now.
Yeah. So technically this is the original me.
Oh. And Robin turned you into a girl?
What?
Jirachi did.
Is that a nickname that Robin has?
No, Jirachi, the witch god.
No.
So wait, you're telling me that you've met Jirachi?
She just looks over at Robin.
Bryce has several times. I've done it like once, I think.
He's traumatized.
Just grows over, grabs your arm, and starts to leave the room. You have to tell me. Goes to open the doors, sees the two of them blocking it. Shit.
Oh, hey, Jay. Hey, you want to tell Merle about when you met Jirachi?
You've met... Okay, that's a good one. This one's easier to get information from. Let's go talk over here. Da-da-da-da-da.
Close this door.
What? Wait, what? Just looks over as you're closing the
One to
door.
the other.
Reads mind. It's like, what?
From one brother to another.
As I'm just gonna say this, he gives you a, like, lost and confused look like, what have you done? What did I do?
Robin gives a thumbs up.
What?
Because the sigh.
No.
You already
Never
hear him.
escaped
Ay,
that.
ay, ay.
Yay.
Before I close the door, looks. Oh,
No, I said aye, aye, aye.
You're just asking if Kieran wants to come in?
Yeah.
Kieran will give a nod
Close the
as
door.
you all are in there.
Forget what type is Kieran?
Dragon.
Dragon
Oh,
don't
just
make
dragon.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Oh, right. Doesn't Kieran speak?
Kieran can speak to Shizu.
Oh, right. Okay.
If you guys have dragon, you could be able to hear Kieran's words, but Kieran hasn't talked this entire time.
Oh, is
Yeah.
it pure dragon?
I forget.
Yep, you're dragon at the moment.
Damn, okay. Yeah, I don't have dragon.
Yeah, I don't either.
All good, all good.
Well, Bryce, I'm sure you need some time to understand what's going on.
Yeah. I just need to wrap my head around things.
Of course.
Thank you. All of you. I know it can be a bit much to move around.
Mia just gives you an eyebrow raise. You think you were anything to move around? She just goes, sits down in the chair, just like crossing her arms, like. You really think that it's not easy enough to just pick you up like a sack of potatoes and bring you over here? I could carry two of you in my sleep.
Well, if things keep on developing with this whole thing, you might have to at some point.
What do you think? You're going to separate into two different people at this point?
That would be fucked up.
That'd be kind of weird if I'm going to be real. What kind of situation would cause someone to split into two different people? That feels very weird. And that's saying something in the world that we live in currently.
I think that's happened in Pokemon before.
Not in her time.
Yeah.
She'll sit there.
It happens, replaces tomboy with twins.
Okay.
So you're all kind of sitting there, realizing, okay, at least one thing has passed. Robin, the realization that you still have two friends that are out there that are currently dealing with their stuff comes to your mind. As Bryce, you also realize Shizu and Olive aren't here. But before we can even go into that, it's time for more depression.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yippee,
Like where the others were, but then like the whole like sack potato thing happened.
Now to figure out which one of you we're going to go into next.
Do we want heavier depression or lighter depression?
You know what?
That's over here.
I'm going to...
When in doubt, we'll roll off.
Okay, you know what? We'll roll it. Because I was going to say this. If one of you tried to be like the other one, I would have been like, we'll go with you instead.
That's fair.
We'll say... If it rolls on either Ronan or Kome, then they get to decide who goes.
Oh my.
Phantom.
It's me.
You get to decide who goes.
I get to decide who goes. Totally choose Ronan again. No, I'm joking.
Ronan, you pass out. Another dose of depression.
Another dose.
Fuck this, I'm leaving.
And then we switch it to Robin. No, I'm joking.
Robin's depression is seeing that all of his friends are hurt and he can't do anything to help.
Welcome to my life. Okay.
Yeah.
But he did help. What do you mean?
That's true.
You know, it is rubbing off, actually.
Okay, we will go to Olive. Olive, you have found yourself a nice little treehouse. You had your Pokemon make it. Marigold, specifically, was kind of like spending some time here. You've seen that you've not been able to come here recently because everything been going on, but when you come in, you don't really realize it. Decorations are kind of sparse, but it's mostly like adorned with flowers and leaves, some like kind of makeshift stools and chairs are set up for like you kind of see like there's some webbing kind of used to like hold them together. But you immediately just go over to like a leaf, kind of like a bed that's kind of filled with like what seems to be leaves and such. You just go over, you bring out pizza, you bring out Marigold. Marigold knows what's going on, or at least knows when you're like this. Not a matter of asking questions, it's a matter of comfort first. And unlike before when stuff went bad for you, you can't just hold the little Sawaddle that she was, but instead she just goes over, kind of like gets down and just kind of like wraps her arms around you. You kind of lean into that. Pizza, for once understanding, it's not time to talk, it's a time for hugs. We'll just go over and just kind of like plop down right next to you.
Yeah.
Soon after, as you're silently sitting there just dealing with everything, you see little Shaman come in, just plop down in front of you, looking up at you.
Hi, Mom.
Hey, honey. It's been a long time since I've ever seen you like this, and it's probably the first time I've ever had to look up at you when you're like this.
Oh yeah, you're in your shaman form.
I thought it'd be a little bit more comfortable for me to be small.
Yeah, she's like plopped down. I'm assuming she goes on belly. So she's facing her mom.
Yeah, that's fair. You could just blop down like on the belly, just as Sutal is also just blop down looking at you.
What's the matter, dearie?
I'm feeling conflicted.
Hmm?
I don't know, everything's all good. That I don't know how to explain everything.
Then just go step by step, dear. How are you feeling?
Angry?
Mm-hmm.
I've never felt angry before. Not like this.
She kind of sits there, kind of nods. You've never really been one to get angry as a kid.
But at the same time, I don't know.
What are you angry at?
At what happened?
Mm-hmm.
Look, I know she didn't mean to,
Mm-hmm.
but it happened, and
Mm-hmm.
it's
Olive,
just...
I can say this with all the confidence. No matter what, she kind of just looks over at you. I'm always going to be on your side. So just say it. You don't have to play around words with me. Just say it. Let it out.
I don't even know how I feel about it. It's such a jumble. They're all
angry.
my friends,
Mm-hmm.
but this is something that I've spoken to Shizu about before. I've spoken to all of them about this before, and I thought they understood. And now this, and I don't know. I want to be upset. I am upset,
And
but
you're allowed
at the
to be
same
upset.
time,
She
at the
will...
same time, I don't even know what actually happened. Like,
She gets up, just slowly moves over to you. You don't even have to move before beak when it loads. There we go. Wow.
she knocks me over.
No, she just sits down next to you. Marigold and Pizza looking over, but understanding that you're in good hands. They just stay in your peripheral. You see Pizza just like plop down nearby. Marigold is in the process of letting the rest of your Pokemon out.
Olive, you're allowed to be angry at your friends. You're allowed to be angry at anyone. If you think that I haven't been angry at dear Foxy at all, you'd be wrong. If you think I haven't been mad at your father before, you'd be wrong. If you think that they haven't been mad at me before, oh my goodness, I can tell you that you're very wrong. You can be mad at people and still be able to care for them.
I just don't like being mad at them.
And that's fair. But if they upset you, that doesn't mean that you aren't allowed to feel that, even if just for a time.
I guess that's why I'm feeling conflicted.
This might be something you'd have to talk to Shizu about later, but only when you're ready.
I don't know if I can face Shizu right now.
And that's fine. You don't have to.
I've never had to worry like this.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't... You've always taught me, to process my emotions and everything. You were good with that, but right now I don't know how to do that.
She sits there.
Never had friends before.
That's the hard thing about having friends. About having people you care about. You'll get mad at them. Processing it's not always the easiest thing. It takes time.
She kind of just like pats on your head, brushing away your hair a little bit.
It's not always fun.
And
Mm-hmm.
I guess I need time.
And take all the time you need.
I'm gonna be here a little bit. Is that okay?
If it's a problem for anyone, I can tell you right now I'll smooth things over for you.
Thank you.
Just keeps patting you on the head.
She's gonna curl up.
I'll
Gonna
say.
kind of curl up like. Ugh.
I'll say. Ziggy and Bumble are out of their balls. They are still knocked
Well,
out, but you see
yes.
that they are. You see that Marigold has out of like the vision as you're like kind of like curled up. You see that Marigold has draped little covers over them, filled like leaves and flowers on them. Basically making them a little bed for them to rest up. You see that she's let out Everest, and Everest is just like waddling up to you, sees that you're like curling up, and just curls up into a ball next to you. You see, let's see, who else do you have? Boy, it's...
I have a lot.
Yeah, I know, that's the reason why I need to look. Dano doesn't really know you that well, but sees that everything is kind of like, just looks around like, oh man, everyone's getting a little sad. Just sits in the corner kind of for a little bit. Look like kind of like just seems to be talking to Pizza a little bit. Rhyme looking at you, looking around, seems to go out of a little window, come back. Seems like they've made a makeshift little harp, and they're just gonna be like sitting on the window doing a little bit of music for you all. As Blair, the little Mimikyu, just
It's the sad violin.
yeah.
With the hamster face. That's all it right now.
We'll just say Mimikyu is kind of just sitting on the windowsill, just looking at you, knowing it really can't do much to help you right now, but kind of just keeping an eye out outside. That's where all of your Pokemon are. And as you're going to be curled up, sitting there, you don't realize that Sutol's taken your phone from you.
Mm.
And is going to be holding it onto it, keeping it on silent, and keeping a watch on if anything is sent that you need to know about, or that really she needs to know about for you.
Yeah.
And with that, let's go over to another bigger depression. Shizu.
Depresso.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Shizu.
Mm-hmm.
You are heading over to your secret base. I would like you
we're not getting back to wherever we're inside.
Oh, we're doing something before that. I'm gonna say, just as a disadvantage roll, can't put inspiration on this. I need you to roll me your instinct real quick.
Okay.
Or actually, roll me your empathy. Empathy is the better one for this.
Okay. Oh, that was the wrong button.
Let's see what you got. Okay.
So flat 10.
Mm-hmm. And one more, because it's disadvantage.
Oh, right, yeah.
Damn. Okay.
Okay, so flat 10.
Okay. So you make your way over there. You're kind of just holding on to their arms. There's a little bit of like resistance here and there, but you just keep on going to your secret base. You make your way inside. As you're in there, where are you going?
Oh, you described the scene like in its entirety last time.
Well, I'm saying
So we're not gonna just go with that, or
I'm just trying to. I don't remember fully. I'm trying to get your. I'm getting more of an input on you this time rather than me just describing a scene.
I mean, the thing is that she would just be in that essentially that state of shock, and that would have made sense for that final scene. To kind of sum up what you said, they were all kind of like bundled up in a little blanket, like together in blankets.
Right. Okay. Gotcha.
Alice was there as well, kind of just sitting there on the lap and whatnot.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let me just Okay. Let me just, since I have your secret base, I'll put that over here, and I can actually really quick like that for now. We'll move this about later. We'll blam you over here, and then what I'm trying to say is, like, you're in your secret base. Where did you head over to? Because I remember over here was kind of like a gathered area, like an area that's more prepped up. This is an area that wasn't as prepped up. Like, where do you kind of go to? Where do you gravitate to?
I mean, over here on the right side was kind of the dining area, so over here would be more kind of like where people would rest and whatnot, so probably over there, because that's where all the blankets and whatnot would be.
Okay. So you've just kind of like set up a blanket, you just sit on the ground with them. You're kind of like, just, you haven't ever really like tried to, whenever they let go of your arm or kind of try to get out of your grasp, there was a little bit of give from you that you were like, I don't want that. But eventually you kind of just sat down. You're sitting there. The two of them are just looking at each other, looking to you. Shizu, is there a reason you wanted us to go here?
Star was the one that dragged them there.
I think it was you.
No, it was Star.
Was it Star?
It was Star. Because essentially it was just kind of like getting her away from the situation.
Gotcha. Okay.
To kind of help calm her down.
Okay, gotcha. My bad. Couldn't remember fully.
All good. All good. Again, you had a busy week, so understandable.
Oh, it's been very busy. Okay, so Star will instead retcon that. I guess the best thing I can ask is what is it that Star and Quill say when they look at you?
Just kind of the same of what they saw out there, just her almost like muted for once.
I'm saying like facial
muted,
expression, anything like that?
Well, muted as in the expression.
Okay, so instead.
Yeah.
So, we want to talk about that? Or we want to talk about everything? Now that we're a little bit away from people?
I'm still gonna be honest. I don't think Shizu still would say anything at this point because she's still, at this point, also trying to process, but also trying to figure out what to say.
Okay, roll me. Guess we're gonna have to do some mental gymnastics for you as well.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see the state of your. So we're gonna do 3 set of rolls here for you.
Okay.
One of these will be with disadvantage. 2 of them won't because of the presence of Star and Quill. You're gonna be rolling me. First is gonna be a willpower. Second is going to be an. Second is gonna be a savvy, and third will be a logic. You choose which one is disadvantaged. Choose now before you roll.
We'll say savvy.
Okay.
Because if I'm trying to remember what savvy is, I think that's more like the street smarts.
That's more of the people skills, yeah. Possibly even understanding yourself.
Yeah, then I would say savvy then.
Okay. So you can be able to put inspiration and willpower if you want.
Let's do one.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, that's basically just fishing for 20 at this point.
Well, it's good fishing. Okay. Really high rolls.
So, yep, so 22.
Okay. Next up is the savvy. This is going to be with disadvantage. You cannot put inspiration in it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll.
Yep.
And logic. You can put inspiration in this.
I put a 1. And watch me roll a 1.
Okay, 13.
13, so 15.
Okay.
15, so 17.
Okay. So for your willpower is how stable you are in this moment. You have calmed down considerably. You're not calm completely, but you've now realized they're fine, they're safe. You didn't hurt them too much. However, you failed the savvy, so you're not able to read their body language, you're not able to read your own, so you're not fully sure how you feel in this moment. But logically, you are able to look at it from a baseline of let's see. You're able to look at it from a baseline of this was your own doing. You can't walk away from that. How you go forward very much could be, what's the word for it? How you go forward from this, both this conversation and future ones that have to do with this, could affect the friendships, and you understand that. You're not sure how others might feel right now. You're not sure how your friends in front of you might feel right now. But you're able to at least look at the situation logically. And you have enough sense for yourself that you're not freaking out right now.
Okay.
Like, I think we're gonna need to talk about it something eventually. kind of just looks at the hands that are kind of like gripping onto them. We're gonna need to talk about it. It's something at some point, right? Like, kind of looks over at Quill. Quill just kind of nods absently. Shizu, are you able to even... Are you listening, or are you hearing us? Do we have to take you to the center? Get you looked at?
You got banged up yourself, didn't you?
Shizu would shake her head like no in response to the "Did you get banged up?"
Shizu, you have to... I get that what happened may be traumatizing, but you have to talk to us.
I'm scared if I say anything, I might say the wrong thing.
It happens here and there. But, I mean, if you don't say anything, it'll be worse than saying nothing. Are you okay?
I mean, in what way?
Physically, emotionally? You feeling any better?
I mean, I feel fine. And I think that's the worst part of it.
How so?
You two could have died. And it would have been my fault.
Kind of just looks off to the side. He can't really say anything about that. I'll say... If you want, you can try and roll a savvy, but it's with disadvantage.
I mean, I wouldn't even say that's anything. There's anything to roll for that one.
Okay.
Because she's not trying to convince him of anything.
Mm-hmm.
She is like saying just the straight truth of, I caused this.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
You can basically forfeit the roll. That is all good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so, I mean... Where are we supposed to stop that young man? That's not looking like a pat on my screen.
Oh, jeez. Okay, sorry. Yeah, at my angle, it was head pat.
I know.
Sorry.
I know. That's why I'm ribbing you right now. I'm trying to diffuse the tension in the room.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, kind of looks to Quell. Quell's just kind of keeping silent a little bit. Yeah, you could have. But we're not. Obviously, we're here in front of you, unless we're ghosts. That'd be kind of... You just hear you hear, like, the thud. Ow! As, like, if you look up, you'll see, like, him rubbing his arm as, Quill's just punched him in the arm.
Imagine if Lenny were here. He would have bit Star for that too.
Okay, maybe not the greatest thing, but I'm not exactly a genius with my words. We're here and we're okay, at least. It's not like it's not like it didn't happen, and we're gonna have to probably talk about that or figure out what to do about that. If you're able to... God, you're able to use a Pokemon move now? In other circumstances, I'd be saying that's cool. I really don't know what I'm supposed to say here.
I don't either, other than I'm sorry.
You didn't mean it.
Even so, I still hurt you too. There's many more that hurt too. I even care to look.
Star kind of like goes to speak. Yeah, you did hurt me. And this isn't the first time that your carelessness has hurt or worried others. And we've said it before. And we keep saying it. Shizu, Quill kind of just forces your hand off of hers and clasps it with both of her hands. You need to listen to us. To be careful then. Because you can say you're sorry. In the moment, it could have been that nothing happened. But if something did happen, all you can do then is say you're sorry. Whether we could hear it or not. So please just listen to us more. Hear what we're saying. None of us want you getting hurt. None of us want to be hurt. But none of us want you to be hurt. What you're feeling right now is what we've felt every time we've let you get hurt. Or let you walk into some kind of dangerous situation. She kind of just says her piece and just sits there.
I know. It's always different from how it's used to been before. I'm not well adjusted, as you can tell.
One second. Just gonna say this. I see stuff being said in the chat. I don't know. I'm not gonna read everything. But the metronome was a thing that happened. She didn't go there for that. It happened because of chance and because I was being a cheeky little shit. And that's pretty much it. The rando chance, it doesn't matter because anything could have happened up there. I'll be real. With the level of the how metronome can be, if it was too high, it could have still been a bad. If it was too low, it still could have been a bad. So I think the best thing I can say in this situation is it happened, and now we're just dealing with the after effects. I get you're just typing out your own thoughts, but I'm just saying that, like, just be careful with it sometimes. Because
It's mainly when you play devil's advocate, that means you're going against somebody else's thoughts.
Yeah, and
Which means, yeah, you're kind of unintentionally probably disagreeing with what happened. And that's kind of where that line blurs.
Yeah.
So be careful with the thoughts and opinions in that regard, because, yeah, that kind of goes against the players.
Yeah.
Whether you're advocating for whoever, it's like, devil's advocate is a tough thing to do in games.
Yeah, it's a very difficult thing to do, so just be careful with that. You're allowed to comment on what's going on in the game. Like, I'm not going to stop people from commenting on what's going on. Obviously, part of the reason we stream is people can be able to watch it, and streaming also comes with the connotation of being able to talk about the stuff, but this is a situation where player choices happened. The consequences of that, whatever happened. Now we're just basically dealing with the after effects. Honestly, it's not even the player issue here. I just didn't fully remember shit as the DM, so that's fully on me.
Yeah. Here's the thing: is that the viewer always gets one side.
Yes.
But for player and DM side, there's always a lot more nuance than is shown. So there's things that the viewer side doesn't get to see.
Yeah.
And that's how storytelling is, because it's
interpretation.
It's not, it's subjective, not objective.
Yep, I'm just putting out there, just be careful with it is all. Sorry, I just saw the discussion happening and just wanted to kind of nip it in case things were getting a little bit heated.
Understandable.
Yeah. But yeah, just I will say be careful with the devil's advocate stuff, because sometimes I've been a devil's advocate in stream games and stuff, and people have gotten angry at me for that shit. So I can tell you, just be careful with that is all I'm saying. But hope everyone's enjoying themselves so far, despite the big Depresso. I'm trying to navigate what the hell is going on right now, because honestly speaking, I don't know jack. So hope you're enjoying that. So you were saying something. Can I have you repeat what you were saying? Because I didn't fully hear it.
I'm also trying to remember, but I think it was along the case of I'm not a well-adjusted person, as you can see.
Yes.
And then if I was saying something after that, I don't actually remember.
That's totally fair. My bad for doing that. But I'll go from there. As Star will say, I mean, to be fair, not a lot of us here are well-adjusted, so you're in good company. But what do you want to do, Shizu?
If this is something that can keep on happening, I need to figure out how to make sure it doesn't happen again.
And how do you do that?
I can really only think of two things. But I don't think you two are going to like it. I don't think anybody in our group is going to like it.
So you said that you think no one's gonna like it? Sorry, just need to repeat that for myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
Specifically, I don't think you two are going to like it. I don't think anybody in our group is going to like it.
There's a little bit of a shift in their expressions. Star will look to you. Looks away, just looks around a little bit, kind of like his eyes just darting, figuring out what to say, and just settles on you. What is it?
The first one.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. I'm just gonna say, if you think something will help, no one can decide for anyone else. We might not like it per se, but if you think it'll help you, yeah. If you have some ideas, go for it.
The first one is I just leave.
Shizu.
If I'm not near anybody, I don't hurt anybody.
That's
Just go back home. Go back to just that life. And nobody has to get hurt. Nobody has to get harmed.
but if you can't control it, is that really the only option you can think of?
I said there were two.
Okay, sorry, brain froze. What's the second?
The other one is I stay here with Granny Kung Fu. She said that she was willing to train me via calls on our journey. But if I stay here, she might be able to help a lot better.
Is that what you want?
I don't know which one I want. Just know it has to be one of those two. I can't go with you two or anybody if there's a chance of this happening again. There might not be a safety net anymore.
Star looks over at Quill. Quill's just a little bit of a loss for words right now. If these are your options, then he will stand up and reach out for you to take his hand. Then maybe it's best to talk to the others about that. I'm not gonna try and say how they'll feel right now. They might be angry. They might be upset. But we're all friends at the end of the day. You guys wanted me to put my trust in you all. Will you put your trust in us?
I do trust you. I really do, but I don't think they even want to see me.
Star will look at that, nod a little bit, see him pick out his phone. He's thinking to himself. Doesn't say it, but Bryce, no, this didn't look good. Olive didn't seem to look good. Robin, you're getting a call on your phone.
Yeah, I'm just gonna answer it.
You see that it's Star.
Yeah, of course I'm definitely answering it now.
Hey Robin, I've got a question for you.
Yeah, shoot.
Are you mad at Shizu?
Nope.
Just 1 second. Can you go ahead and repeat that as he'll put his phone to Shizu's ear?
I'm not mad at you, Shizu.
So that means you don't hate her.
I don't.
Thank you, Robin. As he then hangs up the phone.
Yeah.
Star's grin and smirking a little bit at you, Shizu. We'll get to you in a second, Robin. Little smirk at you. So it's one that doesn't that not angry. Come on, let's go talk to them.
Is Star still reaching out his hand?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
So I will then say Okay, other question, just to fully confirm for details.
Mm-hmm.
Is Quill still holding onto the other hand?
Oh, you think that she's not gonna hold on to you to make sure you don't try and run off?
Yep, that's what I need. That's what I need to ask.
Oh yeah.
Yep. So she's just going to get up, not grabbing onto Sora's hand, just herself. I need to go talk to Granny Kung Fu first, and she will just start walking. If I don't know if Quill's gonna forcibly stop her, but yeah.
Quill,
But she needs.
you want to go and talk to Granny Kung Fu first? Quill keeps hold of your hand. Star kind of just standing there like, yes. Just looks over. Just shrugs as like Quill's just walking off. The three of you go out the door. Heading over to Granny Kung Fu's. One second. Okay, I'm just gonna say for in chat, let's just chill, okay? Okay? Like, just so that any argument doesn't happen. Let's just chill, okay? I'm gonna look back at this later, and if I feel like I need to address anything, I will. But right now, I can't fully, because my mind's going to 20 different places as the DM. So apologies.
It's all good. I mean, we split the party literally 4 ways.
Oh yeah, I've just been thinking like that. I mean, Ike Master, at this point, just don't say anything. It's all good. Just like right now, just like if you can't see the other sides, then sometimes not talking is the better way than continuing it. Trust me, the amount of times that I've gone and continued trying to talk to someone when obviously when I didn't know what was going, like didn't know the right words to say, or to not end well.
Yeah. We've all experienced that, I think.
This thing felt like a raid. Clear comms.
Yeah.
Just reset at this point.
Okay. As you guys are gonna be heading over to there, we're gonna actually just take a second because it has been a very Depresso session. I'm gonna put us to a BRB real quick, just so I can have players decompress a little bit, have myself decompress a little bit. So we'll be back in like let's say like a little 10-minute break. So we'll be right back. Yeah. So see you guys in about 10 minutes or so.